Hi, thank you for joining me. I would like to speak about something that motivates me and something that motivated me this morning in regards to being a leader and as far as group fitness. So I've been reading and hearing a lot of articles, and the quote that I read this morning when I did my reflection was about defining your role in what you do as a profession or as a family member, or we all have several different roles in our lives. And and sometimes life can control what our role really is and what we can become kind of building our time in, or can push more of our time toward. And so what I mean by that is, let's say as an instructor, we start to feel like our role as an instructor is to provide new exercises every single week, when really we need to step back and remember that our role as an instructor is to provide an amazing, excellent experience that people want to come back for and will do anything not to miss that experience. So while group fitness, part of that experience is creating new exercises and being a great person, being a great coach and a motivator, another really important part about being there for your participants and creating great experience is remembering your role as the instructor, as the leader, as the person who needs to learn and stay up on their education, and just taking a second, I think, to write down maybe a list of the most important priorities that are yours as an instructor. The roles that you have as you teach a class, I think, really help kind of clarify what we're doing and why we're doing it. I think as a manager, what I'm learning more recently, is that my role as a manager, I've known since day one, is to serve my team. And I think in recent events, we've been trying to push more and more events to our members. We want to make sure we're getting people into the club. We want to create the opportunity for our members to experience something different, even if we may not be changing our formats, but we're providing them with a new experience. And we're also doing events outside of the club to promote and engage people outside of the club. So with all of this time that I'm spending on these events, and the instructors spending their time working with me on these events, figuring out who's going to teach which song or do which routine, or what vendors we're going to use for the event, or where we're going to do it and how we're going to do it there, and what are the logistics of setting everything up. And I've had to kind of take a step back and realize that I can't just be an event coordinator for these months that we're doing a lot of these things. They're all for good reason, but I have to remember that I can't forget the importance of providing my team with education and support, and creating time in my calendar and in my schedule to see the most important people who are the people who make up my team, and just making sure that my calendar has kind of prioritized itself based on the most important role that I play as a manager. Again, I do a lot of different roles, but I think it's important for us to kind of step back, redefine that role, and kind of prioritize what things need to happen in order for that role to be fulfilled. And pieces of the events or the tasks that we can do can still be a part of that, but we have to remember the most important part of what we do and why we do it. So I've been grateful for my team and grateful for the instructors who have come to me with that very constructive feedback, and I totally agree that I think it's important to, as a manager and a leader, recognize that we need to be there to support our team. And even when we feel like we are there, we kind of have to step back and think about, when's the last time I've seen an instructor on their birthday, or when's the last time I've seen an instructor taken their class and given them great feedback, useful, constructive, and effective feedback. So remember those roles as an instructor. It's not all about just creating different exercises and trying to change it up all the time. It's also about creating an amazing experience and doing your best to improve the overall group fitness and exercise industry.